G'day, it's Pete here, and we're back for all the action from the World Bridge Championship. Today, we've got some teams that are trying to fight to keep in the hunt for the chase for the top 8. We've got teams that are trying to cement their place in the 8, and then we've got a really surprising result to finish with. And we've got some really interesting, intricate hands that we want to jump in and delve and take a look at. So, for starters, here, I wanted to look at a match between New Zealand and Israel. Here, we had an interesting option where it went a diamond, a heart, a spade. East got in there with 2 clubs. South jumped to 3 spades. West jumps to 5 clubs. Pass, double. And here, I think this auction's really revealing about what's going on, but you get a heart lead. So here, the South hand has a decent hand, and this almost always implies that they've got some sort of unbalanced hand with a little bit of shape. So it looks like they've got, say, 5 diamonds and 4 spades. They also doubled your clubs. They could have an extra diamond. They could have 3 clubs. There's a little bit to work with here, but they've got an unbalanced hand here. Now, here, this 4 of hearts really looks like a singleton. Like, why are they leading a heart rather than the suit that they've bid and raised, or the suit that they opened, or leading trumps to cut down? This really looks like a singleton. So here, it doesn't look like it's a good idea to finesse the heart. So here, they go up with the ace of hearts, and now come out the king of diamonds, which South wins the ace, and now South continues a diamond here. And if you're trying to plan the play from this East hand, you're missing the king of clubs, but that looks like the finesse is working. It looks like you can lead the queen of clubs. But you've also got these 2 spade losers. But if you trump the spades, well, now you'll have a club loser, and you've still got this heart loser to deal with. So we've got a heart we've got to deal with, we've got 2 spades we want to deal with, and a club. And we know South has this unbalanced hand. Now, you could go up with the queen of diamonds, and if you ruff a diamond and then play like queen of clubs, jack of clubs, 10 of clubs, now the entries to the West hand are a bit shot. So we've got some entry issues. We've also got some issues with dealing with our losers. But here, if you consider finessing the 10 of diamonds and put the 10 of diamonds in, now what you can try and do here is, if this wins, we could then try trumping a diamond to our hand. We could then try finessing just 1 round of clubs, because if South has 3 clubs, we can get rid of North's club. It already looks like North has 5 spades, and if that's a singleton heart, then they've also got 5 hearts there. So it looks like North could have a 5-5 shape here. So here, if the 10 of diamonds wins, then what you can do is you could come to the East hand, finesse 1 round of clubs, and then you could ruff a spade, queen of diamonds, and ditch your heart. And then you could take a roughing, finesse, and hearts, and that would set up this 10 of hearts to discard one of your other losers. So you can potentially get there. So I really like this 10 of diamonds play, but when you open up all the hands, it does not succeed. Here it loses to the jack, and here it now just goes king of hearts and another heart, and they over rough you, and you go for 500. At the other table, similar sort of auction. Here it went 1 diamond, 1 heart. North doubled, showing 4 or 5 spades. And here East bid a no trump, which to me looks like it's a transfer to clubs looking at the follow-up auction. South jumped to 3 spades. West bid 4 clubs. They would never do that if this wasn't a transfer to clubs. 4 spades, 5 clubs, double. Now they played it from the West hand here, which meant that you didn't get the heart lead through the ace to begin with, but instead got the jack of diamonds lead. So that went up to the ace, and now a heart shift, they win. And at this stage, you've got 2 discards on the diamonds. So your king, queen, 10 of diamonds are all good, so you can throw a heart and a spade. So now we just need to deal with the king of clubs and something else. So spade over to the ace, queen of clubs, jack of clubs, and now they go over there, and they've got 3 diamonds. They can get rid of 2 of their losers, so they can actually make 5 clubs. So playing it the other way up, getting that jack of diamonds lead really simplified the hand here. I actually liked Israel's line of play. To me, if you don't finesse the diamond, it looks really difficult to see how you can actually navigate your entry issues or all your losers. What are you actually doing with them? So let's take a look at the results here. New Zealand had a 2-imp win over Israel here. Also, Poland versus USA 2. USA 2 had been up the top for a while. Poland's in second. Good win to Poland here. Actually knocked USA 2 out of the top 8 for the first time in a while here. And then we've got a couple of interesting matches about trying to keep your team in the hunt for 8th spot. So here, there was an important match between Ireland and China, which is in the sort of 12th, 13th spot. Ireland had a good win over China, which really keeps their hopes alive for getting up into 8th spot. And then USA 1 versus Brazil. So here, USA 1 had a good win over Brazil here, which pops them up into 11th. So a couple of really important matches not to go too far below that 8th spot, so that with just a few rounds left to go, that we can actually get up there. We've got 2 more days of qualifying. There's 7 more matches from here, but 5 matches in the coming days. Let's jump into round number 17. And here we've got an interesting option to get to 7 hearts. So here, East open 1 heart. Their partner bid 2 clubs, and North comes in with 3 spades. They doubled, went 4 spades, and your partner bids 5 spades, which is a grand slam try of sorts, because you're not stopping below slam. So they bid 6 diamonds, 6 hearts, and East tries for 7 hearts. Now, you get a spade lead, and here, what you've actually got is you're missing the queen of diamonds, and you have a 2-way finesse for diamonds to make your grand slam. So how good at guessing are you? So what you want to do in spots like this is try and gather as much information as you can. So here, they went in with the ace of spades, and then they started drawing trumps. And North had only 1 heart. And here they've bid 3 spades, so they have at least 6 spades, if not more. South raised to 4 spades, so it looks like maybe they had a 6-3 fit, but no guarantees there. And now East plays ace of clubs. They rough a spade, just to get more information there. Another club over. They play queen of clubs, and now they play the final club to get information about who's got the long clubs. And here, the North hand, who's actually preempted spades, has 4 clubs as well. So we know they've got 6 spades at least, 4 clubs. They only had 1 heart, so they roughed in. They cashed the ace of diamonds, and now lead a diamond towards the 10. But it fails. They had all the right information. They improved their odds there. But there was a doubleton queen of diamonds. So they did the best they could in trying to gather the information. They found out North had 6 spades. They found out North had 4 clubs, 1 heart. So South started with 4 diamonds and North had 2. South made a bid with their 1 count with because of the vulnerability, raising that up there. And East-West had to find the queen of diamonds in the Grand Slam. But here, didn't pan out. They knew South had 4 diamonds, North had 2. Usually the queen of diamonds will be in the 4-card suit, not the 2. Here at the other table, they stopped just in 6 hearts. Similar style of auction, 1 heart, 2 clubs, 3 spades, pass, 4 spades. West now bid 5 no trumps, which might have been pick a slam. East said diamonds. West bid hearts, which might have been like a grand slam try potentially. But East actually passed that, and they just stopped in 6 hearts. But yeah, big pickup for Italy there. And the results from this round. So in this round, there was a whole bunch of results that really tried to cement some of the teams' places in the top 8. So for instance, India versus Israel. India had a big win here. They're in 4th spot. Italy versus Belgium. Italy had a good win over Belgium. They're putting themselves up in 6th spot. New Zealand had a good win over USA 2. And then we had 3 complete max wins for the teams up the top here. Norway getting 20 off Brazil, Switzerland getting 20 off Canada, and Poland getting 20 off Ireland. So some really big wins there. Teams really trying to cement their spot in the top 8 there with some really convincing wins, putting some distance there. Still relatively tight, but all those wins really help. So let's now jump into round number 18. And here we've got a match between USA 1 and Switzerland. And here it was a pretty straightforward auction with 1 spade, 1 no trump, 2 no trumps, and West just bid 3 no trumps. And here, just a nice simple diamond lead. And unfortunately, 3 no goes down 2 here. They just cash the first 5 diamonds, and then they also get a heart after this as well. At the other table, here they had a different auction. And I would really love to ask Klukowski what was his thoughts here. So here it went 1 spade past 1 no trump. He bid 2 no trumps. And here he actually chose to bid 4 spades. And I'm not actually sure. I reckon this is just a really interesting bidding decision, and it worked out fantastic. You've got 5 spade tricks here with your doubleton ace fleshing out the spades. You got 4 club tricks. And then you just need one of the red aces on side to get your 10th trick, either a heart to the ace or a diamond to the king. 3-0 looks like a completely fine spot usually if they didn't take the first 5 diamonds through the king. But here, 4 spades worked out really, really well, but I actually don't know. So this is the type of hand where I'd love to get into the head and say, well, what was the choice here? What? There's clearly something they're thinking about that I don't appreciate here. But yeah, interesting decision. They bid 4 spades. They got their game swing there. So I really wanted to highlight this just because there's clearly something they're thinking about that I'm not, at least. And that's probably why they're there and I'm not. But let's jump in and look at the results from round 18. So here, all the results were relatively tight either way. No big swings, except for Panama. Come on, they got their first win, but with a good win. They got the biggest win of the round. They beat Canada 58-21 and scored 17.7 imps. So they're on the board. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. All the other matches were sort of these relatively small wins either way. But here, I wanted to jump into the cross rank. So here, we've got a list of all the teams who they've actually played for, and I just wanted to highlight a few things here. Importantly, these sort of top 5 teams, a lot of them haven't actually played each other yet. So there'll be a lot of top of the table clashes here. But Netherlands, New Zealand, and Israel have played most of the top 8 here. They've got a couple of hard matches left to go, but they've played a bulk of the top teams. But also, in the hunt for 8th, China, USA 2, USA 1, and Belgium, they look like they've played basically all of the top 8 except for China missing 1 match. So this 9th through 12th here, they've probably have a bit of an easier run home, so it'll be a really tight chase coming into it. Ireland, that's just in 13th, still sort of in the hunt here, just 2 VPs off Belgium. Still have 3 sort of tough matches, so while they could do it, they're not out of it. They'll have a tougher run home. So if I was to pick who's going to make the top 8 here, I actually think one of, or even 2 of these teams from China through Belgium might be able to jump in. And these teams in the top 5, they really want, like Italy here, they're in a 5th spot. There's not that much between them and 8th spot. So while Italy is doing well, they do have a tough run home. India has a relatively tough challenge as well. They've got a few more VPs in the bank. Top 3, they're a bit further ahead. But yeah, so I think this is really interesting for which teams might be able to jump in from here. But let's look at all the results. So in the Bermuda Bowl, Norway's in 1st, Poland's in 2nd, and Switzerland's in 3rd. In the women's, the Venice Cup, Poland is miles ahead. Sweden's miles ahead. Like, look at that gap between the top 2 and 3rd. So Poland 1st, Sweden 2nd, Turkey 3rd, and even Turkey's like almost 15, 20 VPs ahead of 4th. Like, there is some distance there. In the seniors, the Diorsi Trophy, Poland again really far ahead. USA 1, 2nd, Denmark 3rd, and in the Wuhan Cup, the mixed, Germany in first, Italy in second, France in third. So that's all the action from the World Championships. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.